Greetings, fellow travelers. Yes, we are still on the way to our destiny. And, let me see. Oh, there we go.
Did it go landscape?
So, yes.
All right.
In fact, give me a moment. I'm going to pull this out of the case so I can actually hold it. There we go. So, now, I would imagine that anyone who's a bit impatient and is just sort of jumping around in these videos are saying, what the fuck is wrong with them? Why can't they stay on the subject? Well, recognize, Junior, you are smart enough to follow a stream of consciousness conversation. If you can have a conversation like this and have it make sense, it is a sign that you are using more than 2 brain cells at the same time. So, we're not trying to insult you. Right? We're not trying to show off saying, oh, we're so smart we can do this. Oh, hell no. Oh, man, look at the size of that rock in the road.
See, this is what happens out here, guys.
You're not paying attention?
This is what happened to my buddy. He had a boulder, and we were coming around a corner like that, and these rock slides and shit, and he hit that boulder on a 4-wheel, and it
bam!
He fucking crushed his, crushed his ribs.
Yeah, just think, you're not paying attention, you run up on that sumbitch.
Yeah.
That just gave your date a pimp hand, just like that.
Isn't that beautiful? Just look at this. People say, oh, Idaho.
The land of potatoes.
That's all it is. I'm like, you guys don't have a clue what you're missing.
Yes.
This is some of the most beautiful country that I have ever seen.
Although, I'll have to admit, I actually saw a video clip of downtown Boise in 1974.
Oh, it had to be super small.
When I was still in Buffalo. Well, you couldn't tell. Because they were talking about, this was in the 70s. This was after the first Arab oil embargo. You know, for you kids, you don't know that, but that's a whole nother subject. But people were burning wood more. And they were saying, oh, look at this pall. It's like the pollution is awful. Now, I did not know then that Boise suffers from inversions frequently.
Yeah, we do get a lot of them.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, this is a situation where you're in a valley and hot air above, or rather cold air above, is trapping warmer air underneath. And you would think they would mix, but it's some combination of conditions, no wind and, environment and temperature, that it looks like fog. It's depressing and nasty because it can happen for days at a time. The sun will be out, but you won't see it. Everything's grayed out. And
look how beautiful that is.
That's what it was. I didn't know.
You see that?
But
so the river's actually flowing under that.
Oh,
ice.
there it is. Yeah, that right there. You can see it's bare, so it's got to be flowing.
It's flowing.
Wow.
It's just going really slow, but man, I'm showing 18 degrees on my temperature gauge.
Woo!
And it is 11 o'clock in the morning. So we left at about 9. So we've already been in this thing for 2 hours.
And it was 26 degrees in Boise, and warming up.
Yeah, it was warming up.
But here, oh hell no. You're in a whole nother world, Junior.
Yep. Yeah, this is pretty country, man. So the guys are even actually sitting up here fishing. I don't know how the hell he's getting down there. He's gonna bust his ass, but fuck.
Oh shit, did he park right here and then climb down?
I think so.
You're a bad motherfucker if you can do that without killing yourself.
Right?
I'll give you props right now. Well, okay, let's double check. Let's see.
You probably found the honey.
Okay, I don't see a hole in the ice, and I don't see like stuff laying around, so I guess he's still alive.
I guess he's still alive. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, this is not morbid curiosity. That guy's by himself.
Yeah.
If I see a brother in crisis, I'm gonna help him.
Yeah.
Now you bitches in crisis, you're strong and independent. You handle your own business.
Well, that's the funny thing.
Walk away.
Isn't that funny how all of a sudden feminism has all of a sudden got to the point where you say a man that helped you out, and then you can then turn around and sue this person for touching you. Well, now, because I've seen that they've even put studies on this was the news.
Oh, there we go. The river's flowing.
Oh, the river's flowing. So they put this on the news in Boise. It was just the local news, but they said, hey, there's this new thing going on where guys are like saying, fuck off. I'm not, if I see a woman having a heart attack or whatever, I'm not going to put my hands on her.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to do it because she can sue me.
There's no trust. I talked about that in a video. You know, I said, you know, I'm a nice guy, and I know, you know, you say you want nice guys, but no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You want to get run through and spit roasted by Chad and Tyrone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me, back in the day, I was more than ready to throw down, but if you're old school like me, you want sex to be a reward because you applied the pimp hand with style, and you were smooth, and you talk shit, and then you got the bitch to drop her panties. Not as just you swiped right, okay, hit it and quit it. Go get a hamburger and you're done. Ooh,
yeah.
Hookup culture sucks, man.
It does. Swipe right, swipe left.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, even though, of course, we were all enamored of James Bond back in the day with the casual sex thing.
Uh-huh.
But now, you know, women are saying, oh, that's rape culture. But, you know, Undead Chronic showed a clip from a Bond movie.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was Goldfinger. Pussy Galore was her name.
Pussy Galore.
There they are in the hay, and James drops a smooth line and makes the high dive attempt. Now, all these feminazi bitches are saying, look at that, he's raping her. It's like, but you look close. And Undead Chronic called it, man. It's like, you look close. You know, if she really was resisting, she would have locked her arms and kneed him in the nutsack to get him off of her. But it's like, he's smiling, she's smiling. You know, she had a mad look on her face for like half a second, you know, to put up the illusion of maidenly resistance. But they both knew what time it was.
They were finna get fucked.
Yes. And that was the whole point. It's not, and it ain't like after I'm done, I'm gonna run out and say, yeah, I hit it and quit it. You know, she's a skank. Here's her phone number. You know, I know it's your turn now. You go for it. No, a gentleman doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, a gentleman, women have no respect for him, even though it's like what they say they wanted. And I'm an old school gentleman and a classic romantic. I will do the phone call in the middle of the day just to say I was thinking about you and I love you. I will show up at home with flowers for no reason, you know, just because I felt like it. You know, I'm the one that'll leave a card at the side of the bed. You know, I've gone off to work and it's like, you know, hey, stay safe. Remember, I love you. You know, that's some smooth points right there, baby. But these modern entitled bitches, you know, they oh no, you're just setting me up for a date rape. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
God, look how clear that water is.
You done poisoned the well and ruined the market.
Let me slow down a little bit. Look how clear.
Oh man,
isn't that beautiful? You see all that ice just fucking going with the flow like that. This is why I like Idaho, because where we're going at right now, this is camping at its finest, guys.
Yeah,
in
buddy.
the summertime, this place is rocking. It's all up under the snow now, and it's all free.
Yep.
You know, There's some pay spots out there, of course, and I don't go to none of that bullshit. I don't pay to camp. You
like,
come up here, you can just look how that shit.
It's bad enough. You got low T bitches that haul up a 40-foot camper up this nasty road. You know, deploy the awning and set out all the furniture and got the dish network on the satellite right there on the RV.
You should just stay your ass at home.
And then, you know, then say, oh, I'm out roughing it in the wilderness. The fuck you are. You could have done the exact same thing in your driveway, bitch. Now, me, more than once I decided I didn't want to spend the money at a motel and didn't care about TV. I would go out after work, just drive out into the desert in Wyoming where I used to live. Hang out. Crack that 40, open a book. Yeah. Hang out and look at what I called the big screen. Because you have to do this. You have to get away from the artificial environment that you're stuck in. Now I know we're using technology, but we're using it for an educational purpose. You know, sometimes you got to leave that shit behind too. Sometimes you have to unplug and get away from it all. I visited my friend. No, she's a cover artist. She is one of the few women that are bona fide. She's a unique combination. She is a Wiccan and a hardcore conservative.
What the fuck?
Yes.
How does one become a Wiccan and a hardcore conservative?
Okay, now I gotta say the name so you know who I'm talking about. Cheryl.
Okay.
From the comp shop. Yes.
Yeah.
And hard to believe we became good friends. She's like that, and I was hardcore churchy Mormon at the time. But we connected on an intellectual level. So she did the cover art, and her husband is a self-taught computer networking guru. I am going to apprentice myself to him to learn computer skill and do something that I didn't even think was possible. Get Windows and Linux to talk to each other. Yes, I mean, I thought Windows and Linux were like two north poles of a magnet.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, but he makes it work. He's got, you know, firewall, encrypted VPN. He can wave a magic wand and someone interrogates his system. Oh, this computer's in Virginia. He says, hang on, let me press a couple keys. Bam, bam. Whoa, this connection's coming from New York. I'm like, what the fuck? Just like that. And he's talking about being able to download files and strip data from them so the program can't call other programs to give away your data. I guess there's certain packets of information in programs. You ever wonder why you download a trial, then the trial's over, you download it again, and said, no, bitch, you tried this already. Yes, that's because the programs talk to a server, but you can strip away that information so it doesn't know. Like, yeah, amazing.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why do you think men that are going their own way, that post videos on YouTube, why do you think that they get offended when a woman comes on and they say that they understand what men are going through? And then why do they say, well, women shouldn't be talking about this?
Okay.
Women shouldn't have a say-so about this particular thing, but they're posting videos on YouTube for everybody to see.
Okay. Now, I was not around for it, but back in the day, we had the men's club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and in fact, there's a historical precedent for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because women have a compulsive need to invade male spaces, alter them, destroy them, and then move on.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, Mr. Smith talked about it in The Matrix, that humans are like bacteria.
They're like a virus.
But, now you have intestinal bacteria.
Okay.
But they're beneficial. That's why, they have the yogurt deal, probiotics.
Okay.
Which is why abdominal wounds are so deadly, because this bacteria, it has learned to live in symbiosis with you, and it is helping you. But if it's in the wrong spot, it will kill you.
Okay.
But this guy, he posted a comment on someone's video, and he said when he grew up, he saw his dad at some men's club, and he was shocked to see him act so completely different from home. But then he realized, well, dad's on stage at home. He's got to do the patriarch thing. But here he can just kick it and be himself and decompress and rant and rage and get that shit out of his head. And he said, wow, that makes sense. And another poster said there was a men's club where all the businessmen in town would go to play snooker. I think snooker's the billiards without the pockets. That's tough. And they'd make business deals. And there was some woman who said, you won't let me play with the boys. Yeah, so the women get in there, and it turned into instant soap opera drama. The pool table that had been in this club over 100 years got packed away and put into storage. And eventually the club closed. Now, the men, they still do let's make a deal like they used to. Only now it's not in the club anymore. They just go to each other's homes. And bitches, stay the fuck away. No, you ain't invited. But, see, now if they were actually willing to, I'm not even going to say act like a man, but realize why we're here. But no, you got to bring that compulsive need to be a leech. And that's why I don't listen to women anymore. Now I did, Karen Strawn, yes, very, very well spoken. And she doesn't screech. She's not a harpy.
That Strawn is that one woman. She's a male's rights activist.
Something like that. But she, I'm listening to her. It's like, yeah, she makes sense.
I think Signe Mittal had did something with her recently too.
But as my red pill rage deepened, it was like, I don't really care. I started shying away from content produced by women, and I noticed, reading the comments, if a woman said something, it wasn't, oh, I understand, it was to start an argument. Now lately you've got all these chameleons showing up saying, I understand. Well, bitch, if you did understand, we wouldn't be way the fuck over here running away from your sorry ass, now would we? We would still be with you trying to make the shit work. But no, that ain't what you want. See, red pill wisdom lets you jump through the bullshit and figure out core motivations. This is not an attempt to calm you down and tell you, yes, we understand, we're going to make things better. It's like, oh, really? Well, how come I don't see your ass down there with a sign at the courthouse saying, stop divorce raping men? That would be a good start. It's like the man said back in the day, you preach a better sermon with your life than with your lips. And as people have said, don't pay attention to what they're saying. Watch the actions.
Okay.
More than once when I was married, had the ex snap like a dry twig and abuse the shit out of me, and then when it's all over, oh, I'm sorry, it's nerves, it's my diet, it's PMS, it's because I'm menopausal. Nobody's menopausal for 10 years straight, bitch. But me being the blue pill simp I was, saying, and being old school, saying, oh, you don't kick her to the curb just because you have problems, you try to make it work. But it helps if there's more than one person working. I mean, if you're pulling that plow to prepare the land, and it's just you and her, and suddenly, well, she's not pulling with you, but she's preparing lunch. No, wait a minute. She's not preparing lunch. She's standing in front of you talking shit, and you can't even get your work done. And part of the shit she's telling you is, why aren't you getting your work done? Because you're in my way, bitch. Because you're distracting me with this raggedy fucking bullshit.
I'm gonna turn my phone back on too. You can keep on talking, but I'm gonna turn mine back on.
Okay, well, hang on here. Let me see what I've got. 20 minutes. Oh, that's good. I will cease with my portion, and we will just bounce back and forth as long as we can stand it, and as long as you can stand it, brothers.
No, that's all good. You can keep yours on if you want.
Well, I didn't want to repeat the content, but we're doing good. So, I'm handing off the baton.
All right.
Mr. Elite is probably saying, good, shut the fuck up and let me say something. Catch you later.